Hey guys, Puzzle here, coming at you with an updated deck profile on my Crystal Beast Conclave control deck that I got first place on my remote duel tournament I played on this Wednesday. I haven't gone to locals for the past couple days. I've been doing mostly remote duel because work has been kind of hectic for the holidays. I guess this will be my updated list for the month of January 2023. I've been playing with some ratios. The deck has changed since I previously posted it. So if you guys already don't know, if you guys know what the cards do, there's always going to be a deck image down below, so you guys can just click that link. The only thing I ask is that if you can just leave a like on the video, just kind of motivates me to keep doing more of these sort of things. And if you guys have any questions on any of the card choices slash ratios or anything, please just leave a comment down below. I always try my best to get to you guys. All right guys, let's get to it. Very standard for the monster lineup. We're playing 3 Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. I mean, he will always be run at 3. He facilitates a lot of your plays. Turn 1, you have to see him. 3 Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. I run 3 of these. Like in my previous profile, I don't like running 2, because then I would only have 1 in rotation. If I have Necro Valley on board and this somehow gets sent to the graveyard, it's kind of hard for me to kind of recycle it back. So I do like running 2 because I have 2 in rotations. And yeah, I just get to see this card more. This card enables the OTK combo. With this deck, you really OTK hard. Usually I have the OTK by turn 2. A lot of people were asking me. Maybe I'll go over it at the end of the video. If not, I'll just put a step-by-step on the comment section down below. I don't really feel like you need a combo video for this. Essentially, you just kind of want 1 in hand, 1 in the spell and trap card zone. Excuse me. And yeah, Crystal Beast. So you attack, you activate your quick play spell card to special summon Ruby Carbuncle. You special summon this out from the crystal, from the spell and trap card zone. You attack with Pegasus, you special summon out this right here is already 6,000 damage plus the 1,800. You usually have an open board state with this deck because bridge the heart, so you usually bounce back their monsters. So 6,000 plus 1,800, that's 78, and then usually Ruby Carbuncle will be in attack mode. So that's usually the game. That's why I like having 2 in rotations. It just facilitates the OTK a lot quicker. Obviously there's cards to facilitate that OTK, but essentially the only thing you need is like Rainbow Bridge to the Heart, which I will get to in a second. 1 Ruby Carbuncle, I mean, this will always stay 1 in Conclave control. Something that happened during the tournament, which actually kind of really did suck, was I didn't have Necro Valley on board. This was in the graveyard, and they bestialed this in the grave because I got it milled through Ishizu, and that one was a rough game, but I still came out on top in the end of the day. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, guys. This card it sucks to draw, but it's safer in hand than it is in the graveyard, if that makes any sense. And you do need this card to OTK. And the 1 Rainbow Dragon. This will always be my ratio that I prefer. Obviously, this is the hard garnet. You don't really want to draw this, but it is what it is. You kind of have to. I don't run the Cobalt Eagle, the other level 4, because I mean, I don't really feel like it does anything. A lot of people just run it to kind of facilitate the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, but I don't really see the need for it. I usually have more than enough rotations in play. There is some times where it's like, damn, another level 4 would be nice, but to be honest with you, it never really pops up too much. But by all means, you can always include it. So that's it for the Crystal Beast monsters. For the hand traps, pretty standard stuff here, I think. 3D Shifter, I mean, this deck I think is one of the decks that play the best under D Shifter besides Fluanderies. This card is fantastic. Obviously, it's the God card. If you open it, you know, your Crystal Beast play under it very well. And for the rest of the hand traps, I'm playing 3 Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is pretty good. So I was running Nibiru. I still think Nibiru is a pretty good card. Ash Blossom just hits a lot more stuff. So it hits starter, it hits Sheeran's, you know, tier element Sheeran, which I was doing a lot during the tournament, and thankfully I didn't really have too much follow-up after that. So Ash Blossom is pretty good. Like I said, this spot right here, if I had the Bystials, I would probably run 2 Magma Hut and 1 Druid Swarm, but I unfortunately do not. So therefore, yeah, I'm running this. You can also, if there's a lot of like tier elements in your locals or something like that, you can run Ash Ghost Spell. Ghost Spell is also a really good card. So for the spells, obviously this is a pretty spell heavy base deck. I think I only have run 12 monsters or something like that. I'm running 3 Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. This card is amazing. It does everything you want for the deck. This deck has been out enough where people already kind of know what it is, but just in case, it gives you an addition to normal summon. It lets you pop a Crystal Beast monster that you can, that like it's in your hand or that you control, either in the spell and trap card or in the monster zone, to search a crystal spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And when a Crystal Beast gets put in your spell and trap card zone, you target a card on the field plus this card and bounce both of them to the hand. So yeah, usually like I said, people already know what this deck does, and so they kind of zero in on this card. So you got to protect this card. Try your best to protect this card as much as you can. Even if you open up 2, that's perfectly fine, because if they do something to get rid of 1, well, you have the second. The other card, one of the best cards in the deck. I mean, a lot of the spells here, they're god cards, obviously, like I stated in my other profile. This card right here, Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates, this is what allows you to get your bridge or dump your other bridge to the graveyard. This also allows to OTK. I don't know if I was running 2 in my previous build. If I was, that was a mistake, honestly. There's some people that play with 2. I play with 3 because I already assume that I'm going to play with 2, meaning my first Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates, I'll always use it to get my bridge if I don't have my bridge. If I do have my bridge, my first Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates, I'll always use it to dump my other bridge card, to kind of set up Necro Valley. So you're technically already playing with 2 off the get-go, just like Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. And like I said, this card facilitates your Carbuncle OTKs. For the rest of the spells, I am running 3 Rainbow Bridges. Now once per turn, lets you search a Crystal Spell or Trap. Fantastic. And probably the best starter in the deck, Crystal Bond. The ratios of Crystal Beast Conclave control have already been kind of fleshed out. Honestly, there's really no major changes here. I feel like everything you should be running 3, 3, 3, and 2 in Conclave control. I've seen some people run 1 because the lack of names. Like I said, I've never really had problems with it. I only ever want to resolve this turn 1 if I'm able to. Obviously resolve 2. But it helps a lot more if you have Cobalt Eagle. Again, I'm not running Cobalt Eagle. I don't find the need for Cobalt Eagle. It's a 1400 level 4 that really you're just using it to special summon off of Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, which I just find kind of useless. Doesn't really help you in the grand scheme of things besides try to go into an XYZ, which you can already go for with Pegasus. So that is it for the Crystal Beast spells. For the rest of the spell lineup, I'm running 3 Pot of Extrav. Prosperity is obviously pretty good. This card, honestly, it's good. You kind of need it for the budget version, but you do go into your extra deck a lot. So yeah, it's kind of a necessary evil. If you have Prosperities, play Prosperities. I have Prosperities, but they're in my Umi control deck. I didn't feel like playing Umi control for the tournament, so I just really didn't. And I wanted to play this card because this deck is my second go-to deck other than Umi control. This is my second competitive deck, and I find it obviously fun. 2 Foolish Burial Goods. This is to dump your Bridge of Salvation. Very little to talk about there. And the 2 Necro Valley. So in my other profile, in my other Crystal Beast profile, I was running 3 Dark Ruler No Mores. The card is still pretty good. I would kind of recommend it as a side deck for this deck, because this deck does go for OTKs. Necro Valley is a must in this deck. I'm running 2 because I want to see it. There's some people that run 1 Necro Valley, 1 Necro Valley, 1 Zombie World, or Secret Village with the, like, honestly, like, this card is just fantastic. Like, I don't care. They're gonna try to pop out this, and they out it once, and then you get the other one. So this card is just fantastic. Your deck plays very well under it. It does kind of hinder you sometimes, I will admit, because if you have a Crystal Beast in your graveyard that you want to recur, like let's just say Carbuncle, you have to use your Bridge of the Heart to target this card to bounce it back to your hand. So you can play around it on your turn, but just keep that in mind. It is kind of an annoyance. That is it for your spell cards. For the trap cards, I am running 2 Crystal Conclave and 2 Crystal Miracle. So this is, well, let me just get it out, the Bridge of Salvation. So this is it for the crystals. Okay, so even though this is Conclave control and most decks run 3, I only really found 2 to be necessary for my tournament. I mean, it played very well. I wanted to mess around with the ratios. Main reason being, when I ran 3, I found myself opening like 2 Crystal Conclave and like not enough spell cards to kind of facilitate like a Crystal Bond or something like that, and that kind of sucked. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. So I found like 2 Crystal Conclave was more than enough for me. I'm still messing around with the ratios. Obviously, 2 Crystal Miracles. I believe this card should stay at 2. This is a great card. This card I feel is actually inherently better. Obviously, going turn 1. So if you have a chance and you don't have neither of these 2 cards, I would recommend searching out Crystal Miracle at least game 1. Game 2, if you go first, I would probably still search out Crystal Miracle just in case they decide to evenly match you or something like that, or Harpy's Feather. This is obviously a pretty good card. Crystal Conclave, like I said, it's a great card. I mean, it's a fantastic card. It lets you special summon a Crystal Beast from your deck, and it lets you bounce. But I just hated opening multiple of these in my opening hand when I just would rather search them. Bridge of Salvation obviously lets you search any field spell of the game, plus a Crystal Beast. And for the rest of the traps, I am running 3 Infinite Impermanence. This card is fantastic. In the spot I was running, there can be only ones. That card is still pretty good. I took it out of the main deck just for the mere sake that, I don't know, I didn't want Crystal Conclave and then Bridge of the Heart, and then there can be only one, because that's already 3 spell and trap card spots filled up in my back row, and that's kind of a hindrance. So yeah, that's it. I mean, Infinite Impermanence, I always used it against for the Kit Kalos. Like, honestly, this card was eating Kit Kalos left and right, and it really does stop them in their track unless they have like another mill. Usually they mill first and they go into Kit, and then they can't resolve Kit. This card is so good, honestly. So 3 Infinite Impermanence. That's it for the traps. Let's go to the extra deck, guys. So for the extra deck, pretty basic stuff. Since I am running the Pot of Extra, I'm running the 3 Babuskas and the 3 Abyss Dwellers. These are the cards that you're gonna probably go into the most. That's why I run them at 3. So there's less chance for you to banish all of them. I find myself going into Babuska more game 1s that I don't know what I'm playing against, and then Abyss Dwellers game 2. Unless I open up pretty badly, then I usually always go into Babuska to save some time. For the rest of the XYZs, I'm running 1 number 60 Dugaris. The Timeless, this card's really good because if you draw into Salvation, you can you can make him with a Pegasus and another Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. Use the Rainbow Dragon effect, whatever, yada yada. You have 2 level 4s. You can pitch this to the graveyard, draw 2 cards, and then you have this in the graveyard to banish, search out another Crystal Beast and your Necro Valley, and you're still sitting pretty. So 1 number 60 Dugaris, the Timeless, I think it's a pretty mandatory card. Then the rest are just kind of filler cards. Time Thief, Redoer, Tornado Dragon, Lightning Chidori, 1 Gaga Cowboy. This card has won me games. It's hilarious. People never expect it coming. It's like we're back in 2014. And 1 Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. That is it for the XYZ monsters. For the Link monsters, again, I'm just kind of playing dump cards. So I'm playing 1 Nightmare to dump Bridge of Salvation if you draw it. 1 Nightmare Unicorn, same thing. I never really went into any of these. And the 1 Win. This is for Secret Village of the Spellcasters in the side deck. Let's go to the side deck. So the side deck is pretty scuffed. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of play in the virtual duel thing. I wanted to just kind of play in the remote duel tournament. So I didn't really think about too much about the side deck. I kind of just went in for fun, and I ended up getting first place out of 5 rounds. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm just running the 1 Pancratops, the 1 Secret Village. This is very easily but this was actually really good if I wasn't playing against like tiers or something like that, because I can just go my standard play of Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus, Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon effect. I have 2 Sapphire Pegasus I can make with my spellcaster, and then I could just activate this, and they're kind of locked from spells. So yeah, that was kind of the whole cheeky play behind it. And then again, you can obviously play under this. If they out your spellcaster, you can just normal summon something else and then Rainbow Bridge the Heart Bounce. Same thing like you would do in Necro Valley. For the rest of the spells, I'm running 3 Cosmic Cyclones. Nothing too impressive there. For the traps, I'm running 3 DDG, Different Dimension Ground. This card is really good, honestly. Really, really good. And then just kind of filler spots, to be honest with you. I mostly sided this a lot. 3 Dimensional Barrier, I sided this as well. 3 Summon Limit, I did not side this at all. Honestly, I didn't side it. I didn't find the need to. But this card is still pretty good. And the 1 Crystal Boon. So I feel like Crystal Beast players are now finding out that this card is a really good card because it helps you during time. Not only that, it actually facilitates I won 2 of my games in time because of this card. For you guys that don't know what it does, it special summons 2 Crystal Beast monster cards it special summons up to 2 Crystal Beast monster cards from your Spell and Trap card zone. And if you do, you gain life points equal to their combined original attack. That is literally the effect that you use the most. So not only does it facilitate OTKs with Carbuncle and stuff like that, but it obviously gives you that extra life points boost when you only have like less than like 2 minutes under time. Your opponent pops off. Obviously, you're allowed a turn. Crystal Boon, you pass it over. Crystal Boon, win. And you win in time. Kind of a cheeky way to win the match there, but hey, it's there. And guys, that is it for my Crystal Beast deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is going to be the deck that I'll be running for the month of December. Like I said, I run the 2 decks, the Umi Control and the Crystal Beast. So if you like the video, just please like, rate, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, guys, Happy New Year's. Puzzle Blow out.